Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to replace your rear brake pads and rotors. Specifically, we are looking at how to do this safely on a car equipped with an electronic parking brake, also known as an EPB. Doing this yourself can save you hundreds of dollars, so let's just go ahead and get into it. So as you can see, while the car is still on the ground, we're going to start by breaking the lug nuts loose just a bit, because when you lift it in the ground and try to spin that lug nut, you're going to spin the wheel. So you got to break them first while the car is on the ground. Next, safely jack up the car and always make sure you secure it with a jack stand. Never rely on a hydraulic brake. And the car manufacturer will always kind of have these spots labeled on the sides of the car where you're supposed to place the jack stand. So I jack up the car using the rear crossbar, and then I put my jack stand where the car says to on the side rail. Now we can fully remove the lug nuts and pull the wheel off to expose our old brakes. To take the caliper off, we need to remove the two slide pin bolts. The pins might try to spin on you, and they did for me here. So you just got to hold them steady with a pair of pliers while you ratchet them off, or a wrench would work too. Since this car has an electronic parking brake, we need to unplug the electronic connector that runs to the e-brake motor on the back of the caliper. I push in these pliers to kind of pry this little plastic clip in so that I can slide it off more easily. With the bolts out of the way and the motor unplugged, carefully slide the caliper off and set it securely out of the way. Make sure it is never hanging by the rubber brake hose. You can get a wood block. You can sometimes balance it on the control arm. You can sometimes kind of hook it into the suspension. You can buy these S hooks that basically allow you to hang it from it. But you just never want there to be tension or pressure on that brake line. Next, we need to remove the caliper bracket. This is held on by two larger bolts in the back. They can be pretty stubborn a lot of the time, and as you'll see, I had to use my hammer on my ratchet to break them loose in order to take them off. Now you can pull the bracket off, and for the rotor, if it's rusted to the hub like mine was, just a few good smacks with a hammer and it'll knock it free. Some cars also have a Phillips head screw holding that rotor to the wheel hub. You just have to remove that screw and then hammer it off if it's stuck. Before putting the new rotor on, take a wire brush and clean off the rust of the wheel hub. Once it's clean, apply a thin layer of anti-seize. What the anti-seize does is that it ensures the new rotor won't rust weld or get stuck like if yours was. Mine was fairly okay, but to the wheel hub. Then you can put the new rotor over top of the wheel hub, slide it in. Then slide the new rotor into place. Back over to the caliper bracket, you want to pop out the old brake pads and hardware clips. Use your wire brush to thoroughly clean the channels where the pads sit so the new ones can slide freely. This step is super important. Pull the slide pins out. You want to wipe off any of the old nasty grease. Mine didn't really have much on there. And then you want to re-lubricate them using a silicone-based brake paste. Don't use ceramic, don't use others. You want a silicone-based brake paste. And then you're just going to push them back in to make sure the rubber boot snaps into place. Next, we just snap the new metal hardware clips into place. Every car manufacturer brake hardware clips can look a little different. You just want to mirror what was on there to begin with. Reinstall the caliper bracket over the new rotor and tighten down those 2 large bolts in the back. Next is a step often missed. Before we compress the brake piston, pop the hood and take the cap off the brake fluid master cylinder to relieve any pressure from compressing the piston. Now to push the piston back on the electronic parking brake, you can't just squeeze it right away. You usually need to use an OBD2 scanner, like I have here, with the EPB, electronic parking brake reset function.
I think you go to controls,
in the car software,
settings.
you can sometimes put it into maintenance mode or retract it from the software, like in the Chrysler Pacifica that I'm showing right here.
Brake service.
You can just go through the screen
to retract the parking brake.
Yes. Retract it.
Parking brake retracted to reset parking brake pedal, activate parking brake switch. And then you'll also know, because big old piece of glare, you'll see the parking thing blinking. That lets you know that the electronic parking brake has been retracted so you can do your rear brake service. But today, I'm showing you a DIY method using a 12-volt battery. So if you have a 12-volt battery, you need one. If you don't have one, you'll have to go get one. And then you just need some wire. And you're going to put your wire onto your battery, and then you're going to use the other ends of the wire to either retract or extend that electronic motor. In this case, we're going to use it to move the motor backward. A little side note here too, some cars you can actually take, there's generally a hex, you can take the back cover of the motor off, and then you can wind the motor back manually. Once the internal electronic motor is backed all the way off, you can use a standard brake compressor tool to push the piston flush into the caliper. Grab your new brake pads and apply a little high-temp ceramic brake grease on the back plate and the tabs that slide into the clips. This prevents brake squeal. Then you're just going to slide them right into the bracket. Slide the caliper over the new pads and tighten everything down. Don't forget to plug the e-brake connector back in. I did not get a shot of that, but I did plug it back in. If you forget, the car should show you when you start it. It should have like a flashing park. Another really important step, and this might seem simple, but next we're going to put the wheel back on. But once you get the wheel on, you want to hand thread the lug nuts to start. Thread them and get them going a little bit in the bolt before you get out something to like spin them on. Otherwise you can strip them or strip the stud, and that is not fun to replace. Lower the car safely back to the ground. Do a final torque on your lug nuts in a star pattern. Now before we get to the last step, if this video helped you out, please hit that like button and subscribe for more DIY maintenance. And also make sure you hop in the car when you're all finished, turn it on and pump the brake pedal 4 or 5 times. Make sure it feels firm. Once it's firm, you can safely test your parking brake. Now, finally, put the cap back on the master cylinder, shut the hood.